Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is August the 29th, 2023. We're going to be talking about WWE's Monday Night Raw because we got one match that got made for Payback. And I'm happy that Raw was doing tributes to both Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. We saw some people having armbands for both Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. That's pretty cool. I know I said I was going to Impact Wrestling's Emergence Fallout, but it was too far for me to go. So maybe next time. I have no idea. I don't know when is the next time they're coming over to Canada. Because the next 3 different shows, Impact Wrestling 1000, I think it's in September. I know that. It's in somewhere in the United States. Victory Road will be like in New York, and Bound for Glory will be in Chicago. So we don't know. We still have a couple more months. Maybe they will come back in Canada. Maybe in the holidays. Who knows? We will find out. But ladies and gentlemen, that's why there was no. I didn't go because it's too far. But ladies and gentlemen, we got Monday Night Raw to talk about. We got some segments. We got Seth Rollins. Why I want to talk about Seth Rollins? Because he has a world title match against Shinsuke Nakamura. He called out Shinsuke. Didn't happen. We got a video package from Shinsuke saying that he's going to beat up Seth Rollins. But he does not want to take the title. He wants to hurt Seth Rollins because of that back and all that stuff. But before all of that happened, people are showing me of how Seth Rollins tribute. He did have the armband. He did have the armband on his suit, on top of the sleeve of his suit. But ladies and gentlemen, on his World Heavyweight Championship, there was a side plate. There was the face of the Fiend side plate on the World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't see it because Seth wanted to stop moving around and yelling, and the cameras always get to his face. So I didn't see it. Until people put it on Facebook and show pictures of it. So, but that's pretty cool having that tribute. But on the segment, Seth Rollins, after the video package, he tried his best to get Shinsuke out here. Shinsuke did come out, but I guess he attacked him from behind. And it looks like he has his back. And he tells him watch his back. He had him sitting down and looks like he was about to break the back, but he didn't. And then he kicked him in the head he was sitting, and he knocked him out. Well, LA Knight, not LA Knight. The Miz came out dressing as LA Knight and acting like he's LA Knight. He says anyone could dress as LA Knight and act like him, and he's jealous, man. He's a really jealous little boy. And he says he has big cojones, and the guy wants to be jealous of the mega star, LA Knight, but we will find out who's better between The Miz and LA Knight at Payback this Saturday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got Rhea Ripley doing the same thing, but this time LA Knight didn't show up on Raw, but Raquel did when Rhea Ripley has to talk about Raquel. Talking about she faked an injury, but she did not fake an injury. And then Raquel came out and they just brawled. Dominic tried to get himself involved. Did a little distraction. Almost did it. But Raquel overpowered Rhea Ripley and beat her up. So what's going to happen there at Monday Night's Raw? I mean Payback. When we get the Women's World Championship on the line. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was no Cody Rhodes on Monday Night Raw. I think it's because he came to SmackDown. Because he wasn't supposed to be on SmackDown. It wasn't part of his flight to go to Friday Night SmackDown. But because of the passing of Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk, they want Cody Rhodes to be there. They wanted Cody Rhodes to be there just like Braun Strowman. But Braun Strowman, he's injured, so after the SmackDown show, he's going to go back home. But I think Cody Rhodes was, I think it's because of that, and I don't know. But he was on Raw. but he is going to be the guest of the Grayson Waller Effect on Payback. I thought it was Edge. I know I said on one of my videos that I thought Edge was the guest, but he's not the guest. Wasn't he already the guest? I think Edge was already the guest, and now Cody Rhodes is going to be the guest. And then that's it of these segments that's going to be happening. They had the tribute of Bray Wyatt, they had the video, and then they had the Wyatt family theme song and the walking chair in the darkness, because that's what the Wyatt family was all about, in the darkness. And the Fireflies, the fans, had their lights out and they showed the rocking chair. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the biggest thing, because remember when he made his first debut, Mr. Bray Wyatt, he had the rocking chair. And then they destroyed the rocking chair. Was it Roman Reigns, or I think it was Randy Orton? No, Randy Orton burned the house, Bray Wyatt's house, or Sister Abigail's house. Somebody broke the chair, and then they brought it back for the tribute to Bray Wyatt. It is upsetting, ladies and gentlemen, about Bray Wyatt. Everybody's still talking about it. Everybody's still upset about it. I'm upset about it. Because I'm going to keep saying it. The guy did not deserve it. Nobody deserves to die. Nobody deserves it. Especially 36 years old person, guy. Nobody deserves that. Like, that's a young man. That's only 3 decades being in this world. That sucks. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. Even Brody Lee didn't deserve it. Nobody else deserves it. That whoever passed away early. Well, ladies and gentlemen, next week we will have an Intercontinental Championship match. It will be Gunther versus Chad Gable. That's going to happen next week, because Chad Gable is the man that beat the undefeated Gunther by countouts, the 500 days undefeated streak, and now he probably gets a title shot. I thought it would be a Payback, but I think Raw has too many matches for Payback. SmackDown doesn't have any, except for LA Knight, but that's not a SmackDown match. That's like an inter-brand match between Raw versus SmackDown. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So, first match of the evening, we got Damian Priest will be versing Sami Zayn. It was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was Damian Priest. With the help of Mr. JD McDuggan, he got himself, he distracted Sami Zayn, and then Damian gets the win. The referee hold the arm up for Damian Priest. I got the birds after I drink my chocolate milk now. And then JD came in the ring and hold up Damian Priest's arm as well, but Damian did not like it. He shoves Mr. JD down, and ladies and gentlemen, he says, "Get out of my business." And the Judgment Day had a backstage segment. These guys, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, can't coexist right now because JD wouldn't stop getting involved. But Rhea is upset about this. She says, "Stop fighting." And she says that Judgment Day is running Monday Night Raw, but not all 4 has titles. Rhea has a title, and Dominic has a title. Damian and Finn has a shot of the tag team titles at Payback against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And Rhea says if Judgment Day doesn't come out as champions, all 4 champions, there's going to be changes after Payback. If it doesn't happen. So what does that mean? Is somebody going to get kicked out? Whoever gets pinned and loses the match for the team? What's going to happen? We will find out maybe at Payback. Maybe on Payback, after the match, we will see what happens. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn made it official. They went to Adam Pearce because they're sick and tired of the numbers game. So they're going to make it that they have their own numbers game by having a Steel City Street Fight match. Street Fight Tag Team match for the undisputed WWE's Tag Team Championships. I clicked on that. So that's what happened there. Then we had the Viking Raiders versus the New Day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match, but the Viking Raiders gets the win because of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle was watching the match from the commentary table. They weren't on commentary, they were just watching the match. And then Ivar picks up Kofi and rams Kofi into Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre. But Drew McIntyre just snapped. He throws the chairs that him and Matt Riddle was sitting on, and then he grabs one of them, and the edge of the chair. I'm holding the edge. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you can't. My chair is so short. But the edge of it, and then he was about to hit Eric, but Eric pulled Xavier Woods in there, and the chair bounced off the head of Mr. Xavier Woods. And then Viking Raiders wins by doing a big powerbomb on Kofi Kingston. But in the backstage, the New Day doesn't blame Drew McIntyre. Kofi doesn't blame him, and Xavier Woods doesn't blame him. But Xavier Woods is getting checked out from the doctors. And then Drew McIntyre told Matt Riddle that he's going to, they're going to face the Viking Raiders. They're going to end the problem with the Vikings. And he said he's going to tell Adam Pearce he wants a match that he doesn't have to be tagged in. So next week, it'll be the Viking Raiders versus Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre in a tornado tag team match. Remember, this is not the AEW tornado tag team. They're not going to be using weapons. But remember, when AEW was doing it, they were doing Texas tornado tag team. This is just a normal tag team. There's going to be hot spots, but there's not going to be weapons. I think. Then we had Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser. But ladies and gentlemen, Chad Gable, this was after Gunther announced that he's going to face Chad Gable for the title next week. But ladies and gentlemen, Chad Gable interrupted. We had a pretty decent match between these two until Giovanni Vincini came out. Well, he was already there. He was in the corner of Ludwig Kaiser. Came in the ring and attacked Chad Gable. Chad Gable wins the match by DQ. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the Imperium attacked Otis, destroyed Otis. And then here comes Gunther. Gunther was about to do a powerbomb on Chad Gable. Chad reversed it and put Gunther into an ankle lock until the rest of the Imperium, Giovanni Vincini and Ludwig Kaiser, attacked Chad Gable, and then Chad Gable got powerbombed by Gunther. And then we had Tommaso Ciampa versus Bronson Reed. We've been seeing this thing between Tommaso Ciampa on their socials and on YouTube, that Tommaso Ciampa is trying to find his best friend, his tag team partner, Johnny Gargano, with missing posters. The winner of that match, it was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was Tommaso Ciampa. I want to see DIY on Monday Night Raw. I want to see it. I'm okay with Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano as a tag team, but Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano will be an awesome tag team to be in Monday Night Raw. They need more tag teams, and they were my favorite NXT tag team. And I want to see it on the main roster, but remember, Tommaso Ciampa was heel, and Johnny Gargano was face on NXT. But when they were trying to put them in the main roster, Johnny left WWE when he had his last NXT match in War Games, and Tommaso Ciampa was still on NXT. But when Johnny came back to WWE and went on Raw, Tommaso Ciampa was injured. But when Tommaso Ciampa came back, Johnny Gargano was injured. Nobody is injured now that I heard of. Can we have this team already? Stop teasing us with this thing and let it happen. Please. Please. And then we got Becky Lynch versus Zoe Starks in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Trish Stratus getting herself involved a million times. They fought near the audience. Well, in the audience, because they were fighting over the barricade. They had weapons, but ladies and gentlemen, at the end, they were fighting on these cases. And then Trish was fighting on those cases. And then Zoe came up. She accidentally hit Trish Stratus off the case into a table. Both Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark was so shocked They were looking at the camera, like, open their mouths. Oh my God. And they look at each other, and then Becky Lynch did the manhandle slam, throws Zoe Stark off the case on the other side, and on the other side there was a table. And Becky Lynch put her through it. 1, 2, 3. Becky Lynch wins. She's heading to her steel cage match this Saturday, and I think she did it for Bray Wyatt because she had the armband for Bray Wyatt, and after the match, she held it up to the camera and showed it to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty nice too. I'm loving the tributes that WWE is doing. I want to know what Mr. Booker T is going to do, because Booker T, he found out about Bray Wyatt's passing when he was on live streaming. So that's kind of hurtful that he has to find out on live streaming. Like, that's the hardest thing to do, because you don't know when somebody passes away, and you could be doing something important like live streaming, and you get these news, and you don't want to show people that you're upset or you're crying on stream, because he's supposed to be a wrestler. He's supposed to be a strong guy. People know him from Booker T. But ladies and gentlemen, they found out him and his teammate, I forgot his name, on the live stream, and then he announced it that Triple H said it on his Twitter about Bray Wyatt's passing, and Booker T couldn't believe it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wonder what Booker T will say on NXT tonight. I would want to know. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys tonight or tomorrow for NXT results. That's all for me today. Time's up. Bye.